Hi, I'm Allie. Join me as I show you how to make the Taj Mahal Bracelet, which is a design that was featured and started by Chris King, and then I added a little bit to it. If you need any supplies, open up your subscription box, and they are in the kit box this month, or you can go below the video and check in the description for links back to the website to get information about subscribing or the individual products. Gather up your supplies, and let's get started. So to begin our project, I have my PieDuos, my RounDuos, my StormDuos, and some 15-0 seed beads. I'm using some green dragon thread in the size 8, and I have a cut button ready for the clasp. To begin, we are going to start off with a RounDuo bead, and we're going to pick up our StormDuos. Now, how are we picking up our StormDuos? We want them to basically kiss right at the bottom and have a nice floral opening for the PieDuo at the top. So to begin, we are going to go through the skinny side or the curved side of the StormDuo, and then we're going to pick up the other one through the thicker side. I'm going to pick up a second RounDuo, first one through the thinner side, second one through the curved or outer back side. Let that all drop down to a stop bead that I have put on my thread and needle. And then I'm going to go through that same hole of that first RounDuo bead. And now I've left about 3 inches at the end of my stop bead as a tail because we are going to come back down the project. I'm going to reinforce going through that first StormDuo, second StormDuo, through the first hole of the RounDuo there, 1 2 3/15. I'm going to go up through the second hole of the StormDuo. And when I exit through the second hole of the StormDuo here, that's when we're going to pop in our PieDuo. PieDuo goes on from the inside of the pie towards the crust. 1 2 3 beads get put on. Drop that down. Come back into the interior of the pie and go through the next StormDuo bead. Dropping this down a little bit closer so you can take a look. When you're here, 1 2 3 of your 15-0s go on through that same first or that interior hole of the RounDuo. Just push that starter thread kind of out of the way. You see I'm rotating it as I'm holding it, 1 2 3 seed beads up to the second hole of the second side of StormDuo beads. Grab your next PieDuo, in from the pie towards the crust, 1 2 3 11-0 seed beads, or sorry, 15-0, I keep saying 11, 15-0 seed beads, down through the PieDuo and through the second hole of the StormDuo bead. Once you're through that second hole of the StormDuo bead, that is going to begin then to have our nice set of our first set rather of our piece. Got my thread twisted. From here, we just need to finish our seed beads, 1 2 3 of our 11-0s, and back into that first hole of the RounDuo. So when you're hugging the StormDuo beads, you are going into the first hole of, or the interior hole of your RounDuos. We're now going to step up and we are going to go from the interior hole of the RounDuo to the exterior. From here, add a 15, your next RounDuo, a 15, and go back through the second hole of that RounDuo that your thread was coming out of. Let that be your link. Go back through the 15. So this actually is right angle weave. If you are familiar with right angle weave, that's what you're doing here. You're going to go through that first hole of the RounDuo, and then we're going to step up into the second hole of the RounDuo bead. As we exit through the second hole of the RounDuo bead, we are starting over again, going through the StormDuo from the thinner or the interior of the wave towards the exterior. The next one we're picking up through the back of the wave. We pick up our next RounDuo bead, curve of the wave, back of the wave, back through that RounDuo. From here, we are going to go through our first 2 StormDuos, just kind of to lock it in place. You could start adding your 15s right away if you want, but I like to have that lock. It makes it hold a little bit nicer. The whole way through to the second or new RounDuo, and then add in your seed beads along the side. Go into the StormDuo, and as you're into the StormDuo, then we want to grab onto our PieDuo and go the whole way around the piece till we have these sets linking all the way around. How are hundreds of jewelry makers saving huge each month on premium jewelry making kits? With the PotomacBeads kit subscription, you'll receive 3 brand new kits every month for as little as $49.99. That gives you a savings of up to $70 per box on retail prices. And you get free shipping. And there's no long-term commitment. You can cancel at any time. Subscribe today and enjoy top quality kits and massive savings. Visit PotomacBeads.com/kit subscribe today, or click on the link in the description below. As you combine, you get these lovely units, and an idea for it is, if you want to, you can actually do this as a necklace and just attach along the top of the design as well. So it doesn't need to be a bracelet if you don't want it to be a bracelet. Continue on and make it a necklace if you want. I'm going to continue on with creating these little base flowers, and then we're going to come back and add in our RounDuos on the top and our RounDuos, if you're doing it as a bracelet, on the bottom as well. Once you finish your initial center line here, what you're going to do, and again, you can see kind of how pretty it is, great colors. You're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seed beads, followed by 2 more. Go up through your cut button, add 3 more beads, come down through the opposite side of the cut button, add 2 more 15s, and then you're going to take that 5th bead and you're going to sew through that 5th bead so you get a nice little Y formation there. After that, 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed beads, then into the opposite side of that same RounDuo bead. That gives a nice X. I like to do this at the clasp section when using a button, because if you make it wide, it's not going to be as easy for the loop to stay put. So I always like to kind of bring that into an X formation. I'm not going to worry about reinforcing because we're going to come back down the project and we'll be back to the other end. To continue here, I'm out through the first hole of the RounDuo. I'm going to go down to the bottom hole of that same RounDuo. I'm then going to go up through the seed beads, through the StormDuo, kind of turning to the side like that to get your needle through, up through the PieDuo, through the PieDuo seed beads, or if you have a thread that matches, you can skip right over and kind of tuck that thread to the back, going through the second hole of the PieDuo, coming down through your StormDuo and out. Once you're out the StormDuo there, we're going to go in and add another RounDuo along the side. So time to get more RounDuos out. Coming out that StormDuo, grab another RounDuo, go over to the next StormDuo. Move those seed beads kind of down a little bit to the side. Go through hole number 2 of the StormDuo and out, and continue on. We're going to go up through then the PieDuo, down through that PieDuo, over through the StormDuo, and add that RounDuo. So you're just going to go the whole way along the line, adding in the RounDuo bead. Once you're at the end, we'll make a loop and we'll come back the opposite way. Once you're at the other end of the design, coming out just like we did, having added in those RounDuos along the side, I have 40 seed beads on my thread and needle. I'm going to go back through then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th bead here, just like we did the opposite side. Loop that up, and that creates my loop for my button. 1, 2, 3, and 4 more seed beads, and back through that same RounDuo bead that your thread was coming out of. Just like the other side, I'm not going to worry about going in and reinforcing that thread at all right now, because it is going to happen when we come back down through the project again. Going over now to the opposite side through that RounDuo, up through the seed beads, and then down through the side, adding in the RounDuos on the opposite side as well. So once you come back the other side, I wanted to show how it looks in case you don't want to do the seed beads that are connecting and overarching and just want to have it open. You really, like I said with the other one too, can stop at any time doing the necklace or continuing on with the bracelet. I'm down here at the end of this StormDuo after putting in my seed beads here. And what I'm going to do is go up into the clasp and reinforce that. I'm going into the first two 15-O's that are along the StormDuo. And then from there, I'm going to jump up with 1 and 2 15s into my clasp section. On the opposite side, I will do the same. And then all we're going to do is run down the sides with our seed beads. So I'm going up into my button here, reinforcing when I come down the opposite side. If you can, it's always nice to go through those seed beads right away. Going down to the opposite side then, running down through all the seed beads along the RounDuo. You're going to do this on the opposite side also too, just making it more complete. 1 and 2 of our 15-O's go on, and then into the last 2 seed beads next to the StormDuo. From here, we're going to do one more pass through the StormDuo, and we're going to get to the top of our PieDuo. When I get to the top of the PieDuo, we're going to go through the seed beads and get ready to connect to that second hole of our RounDuo beads with our 15-O's along the side. So you can see now the effect of what we did coming out of the PieDuo. 4 beads go on into the RounDuo, 4 beads go on into the 3 at the top of the PieDuo. I did it on one side here so you could see it. I'm going to show you how to connect on the opposite side and then come back down the other way again, going through those 3 beads, catching on to the RounDuo, through the next 3 beads, into the next duo, and 4 beads between each one of those connections. Here at the end, when you're done coming down one side, you're going to be coming out the 2 seed beads along the side of the StormDuo. 2 more 15-O's go on, up through the beads along the side here, going into the loop. And if that bead gets a little bit tight, you can actually kind of skip it. And because it's 15s, no one will see, or you just add in another 15 there. I'm going through here then along this outer edge, reinforcing the whole clasp section. And once you're coming down the opposite side then, we're going to do the same thing where we add those 2 15s before we go through the 15s along the StormDuo. You can see again, just going straight down through here. Reinforcing that loop. Anytime you make a loop, a clasp, a closure, anytime you're using a wire guard, you always want 2 pieces of thread going into points of tension. So here I don't want to break that middle bead, so I'm actually going to skip over it. It's a quick fix if you need to, and just not pull super tight. From here then, 1 and 2 15-O's. I could have gone through that 15, but just wanted to show you that skip. 2 more 15s into those beads along the side to make that nice and rounded out. Up through the StormDuos, through, not over the clasp, up through the StormDuos, up through the PieDuo. And then it's just the game of connecting the seed bead dots. So I look at it as just like we did the other side. Move that starter thread out of the way. 3 beads here. 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed beads into the next RounDuo bead. 4 seed beads into the next set of 3. After this set of 3, continue on. 4, 4, 4 to get that outer edge scalloping effect. After you're finished with the design, you can see this beautiful scalloping and really the detail that it shows of the exclusive bead. So thanks again to Chris for this fun design. Thanks so much to Chris for having and sharing this fun design using Potomac exclusives, and I hope you consider subscribing to the Best Bead Box Kit Box. If you want to check it out, go ahead and look below the video in the descriptions. We put links there to get back to our website. As always, if you haven't yet, hit that little subscribe button and don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.